So I guess I'll ask in the chat too. I've never done a bit goal. I did a sub goal and I did a donation goal on my last stream. I got rid of those. And usually, and when I say usually, I mean always, whenever I do a goal, on the bottom, it tells you like information. Like the goal is this and whatever. And no matter what I did, this widget doesn't do that. So I figure I'm doing something wrong. So I need somebody to donate bits just to see if it's working. And I tried to donate bits to myself to see if it was working. And it says you can't donate bits to yourself. So, all right. Hey, everyone. Hello. I'm having an issue. So I want to know if I did something wrong. And if I did something wrong, I don't know what it is. I've been talking for a minute, but nobody's here. So I guess I should wait till people are here before I complain. Yeah. Hey, everybody. So somebody help me who knows something about Streamlabs. Okay, so it is working. Okay, so I have a bit goal, which I've never done before. And then somebody donated a bit, and there it is. It says 1. But on the goal, it doesn't say what the goal is. It says the percentage. When I did donation goals and sub goals, it had like all the information. Thanks for the sub. This one, no matter what I did, it just says that. So isn't there a way where like on the bottom of the widget, it says, 10,000 bits and, whatever. I don't see a way to do it. So, yeah. Hello. Thanks for the sub, CL Smith 15. Does anybody know if that's the only thing I can do with the widget for bits, or if I can make it say how many bits I want? Because right now it has the percentage and it has the number of bits because somebody donated a bit. So the percentage is working and the bits are working, but it doesn't say what the total is. You have to do math yourself. That's weird. Thanks for the sub, FTA Beats. So that's strange. Can you explain the Spandau Ballet joke? I don't know. $10. Wow, thank you, Orlando Perry. Hi, Karen. You can change it. Yeah, okay, I've been trying to do stuff. So if you're in Streamlabs, how do you get it to tell you guys what the goal is? Because when I'm in Streamlabs, I don't see a way to do that. I go to widgets. I made the widget, so I went to BitGoal. It's my first time. What's funny is, and like the thing that they show you, it says 23 hours to go because it's always 24 hours. It doesn't tell you that. And it doesn't tell you what the goal is, the goal amount. But I have the goal amount set. And it knows the goal amount because it's doing the percentage thing. So yeah, I don't know what I could do the title. In fact, maybe I could just change the title. I'll just change the title. That'll do it. Why can't I edit this? What's going on? Come on. I can't edit it? Huh? No. Why can't I edit it? Because it's already going? All right, I don't know. Give up. Yeah, I have the bid amount set. Yeah. It could be that I just, I named it end of April bit goal. Maybe I should name it like, help me raise X number of bits. Make a new one. I don't know. This is sort of funny. You guys get to try to figure out what the goal is. I don't know. I guess this is funnier this way. All right. But on the other widgets that I made for donations and subs, there was something at the bottom that gave you more information, and this one doesn't. Sometimes I assume I don't know what I'm doing, but I think it's safer to assume the people who make the software are just stupid. Yeah. Yeah, it's 25,000, but I don't know. Anyway, it's for today and tomorrow. I'll stream twice and hopefully. I went to the dentist today, and then I went to a lab to get, things done to me, torture. And then tomorrow I go to the dentist again. Yeah, I don't know. This is sort of funny this way. I guess I'll just leave it alone. Yeah. All right, well. What are you going to do? I'm Samoan, big boned. Giant Perrier. Anyway, yay, I beat Ginger. That was psychologically very difficult. And I watched Ginger's stream yesterday because he posted on YouTube what his stream was. It seemed like it was hard for him also. So life is hard. Yeah. Also, that's what she said. So, yeah. Also, I don't like the board. Seems like it's too small. I don't like the board. Why can't the board be bigger? Yeah, that's bigger. The board's so small. Why doesn't like anything just work easily? Why is it so difficult? So I can't, that's as big as it gets? That's really stupid. All right. Wow, that's still like terrible. I fixed it before too. No, this is just stupid. Why can't I make it wider? God, why is everything so stupid? There's no reason why I can't make this wider, but it won't let me. Wow, that's just so stupid. Who makes software where it doesn't work? Why can't they just make it work? God, and Karen has a lot more problems than I do, but still, it's just stupid. It's like unbelievably stupid. Like, how could it be this stupid? Well, first of all, I'm pushing Alt, so it shouldn't be... God. It's like everybody in the world's an idiot, and I have to deal with them. Wow. Oh, well. Let's make this bigger. I can't even make it bigger. That's what she said. I mean, this is acceptable, but there's no reason why it can't be bigger. It's just stupid that I can't make it bigger. Making it bigger that way doesn't really do what I want it to do. Oh, well, whatever. I mean, it's just idiots make the software and I have to deal with them. Okay. I mean, I want it perfect and it's like, it's subpar. I know I'm getting that from Seinfeld somewhere, but I'm not sure where. What does he say is subpar? Oh, yeah. Kramer says that the turkey, something is subpar because he wants Dijon mustard. So it's subpar. Yeah. I mean, that board could be bigger if things knew how to work. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. All right. So, yeah, give bits because that way it'll get to 1%. Somebody give 31 bits. That'll be funny. Thanks for the sub, Lucas. Yay, thanks for the sub, chess player. No lying on my stream. Karen's my favorite streamer, too. Yeah. No, the chat should be bigger. Everything should be bigger. Yeah. I don't like the way any of it's set up, but I mean, Twitch is stupid and OBS is stupid. Chess.com, of course, is stupid. So, yeah. And nobody's giving 31 cents so we can get to the 1% of the goal. There we go. Now you guys aren't as stupid as you look. Yay, 1%. All right. Is chat stupid or the stupidest? No, the other chats are stupider. The stupidest is Akaru, because somebody told me he was ranting on his stream today about how bad it is to be vegan. God, what an idiot. He's like an idiot's idiot. Like, there's a Village Idiots convention. He's the keynote speaker. Jesus. Jay Lawson subscribed. Thank you. Yeah. Yeah, that's true. I could just put the webcam where the board is and just have webcam. That would be good. I could just do a sit-down comedy. Okay, so it is harder, but don't call me Shirley. Yeah. Could there be a worse person than Akaru? I don't think so. Danny Wrench just won a tournament, so it can't be Danny. Yeah. All right, so when I was in FOXWOODS, I went over my games, and you guys did not donate as usual. And then I did the stupid thing for Twitch. They had a lot of meetings at Twitch, and they were like, how can we run the stupidest event with the stupidest everything and do it at the very last second with the most confusion? And they hit the nail on the head. Man, did they do a good job. The Komodo Rush, you couldn't be more, incoherent, and yay, 1999. Thanks, Farnsley69. Farnsley, I didn't see you at FOXWOODS. Although you could have been there, I just didn't see you. Yay. No lesson today because I'm streaming and you have final exams. But thanks for the donation. Yeah. So anyway, yeah. 9 cents. 9. All right. Yeah, Komodo Rush was stupid. Nobody understood the rules because they kept changing them. Danny made a video for chess.com for the people in the event. So they understood the rules and the video was wrong because Danny didn't know what the rules were. So it's very funny. And then it was, just the way they did everything was really dumb. So then that was pretty good financially for me, that stupid event they had. Then I played Ginger GM, and chess.com really dropped the ball. They did no advertising. They did nothing. And then there was a text sent by Danny about a month and a half, 2 months ago. And he said, chess.com will give $500 to the event. So after the event, I'm like, how's that going to be distributed? He's like, I don't know. You and Ginger decide. After the match. So chess.com didn't support the match at all because they were too busy with their stupid nonsense with Hikaru usually and Komodo and the Pro Chess League. They're always doing something stupid instead of stuff they should be doing. They support Danny a lot too. So I don't know. The match could have had a lot more people watching and it could have been interesting, but chess.com just didn't care. They claimed they did, then they did nothing. So it's hard being a streamer with chess.com because everybody's so incompetent at chess.com, people are incompetent at Twitch, people are incompetent who make OBS software. It's like they all know each other or something. So you would think companies as big as Twitch could have things work correctly. Incorrect. Anyway, yeah. All right. So today we're going to look at rounds 4, 5, and 6 from FOXWOODS. We did 1, 2, and 3 last week. 400 centidues. Yeah. Well, obviously any site is better, but a site that backs Hikaru as much as this site does, Jesus Christ. They might as well make the chess.com logo like a swastika. Might as well. Okay. So anyway, I was white against Nikhil Kumar, who was the world under 12 champion when I was coaching him, although his victory was a little suspicious due to the obvious cheating. So it's unfortunate. Okay. Let's get rid of all this nonsense. Okay, so today we're going to look at rounds 4, 5, and 6. And, yeah, like that. Okay. Now, Nikhil is a kid. He's 14. and therefore he's well booked theoretically, and he's good at tactics. I'm an old man, so I go to the doctor and the dentist every day. And so I don't know any theory, and I can't play any tactics, which I proved yesterday or 2 days ago, whenever it was against Ginger, whenever that was. Whenever we played our match, I don't know. I don't know what day it is now. 1,000 centidues. I guess it was 3 days ago when I played Ginger. Today's Monday, right? Yay, plus 100. I'm not sure if the 100 actually exists. Thank you. Yeah, old man yells at chessboard is correct. Yeah. Thanks, is that checkmate? You're the best. I like the heart bleeding. That's good. Must be a liberal. Okay. So I played B3. I like to play differently on move one. I used to have a motto about my chess lessons, and it was think differently. But the real motto was no refunds. Let's see who gets that Simpsons reference. Kamala Harris, out of nowhere. Did you ever drink Perrier with open eyes? No. Thanos is the best. I agree. Okay. So my opponent played sort of boring, and I did the double fianchetto. You know those guitars that are like double guitars? So I did the double fianchetto. And he played in sort of a meek way. Usually I don't play knight f3. Normally I play d3, e3, and put my knights here, because I try to play as badly as I can. Thanks for the sub, PD Boltok. You're the best. Yeah. So I played knight f3. And then, to make it look normal, I played c4. Terrible. Now it just looks like some ready instead of some weird opening I made up. Yeah. All right, let's see. Go Hotspurs. They have heart. All right. Let's see. And banned. Yay. Come on, mods. Let's ban people, quicker than we should. Banned. How did he get in? Man. I don't understand. All right. And they're children's children. Yeah. Yeah, why aren't my mods doing anything? I ban my moderators. Okay. So after c5, black wants to play d4. So I took on d5. And then you could take back, with the pawn or the knight. Took back with the knight. That's fine. Knight c3 is fine. Castles. Yeah. Okay, and it turns out, even though I didn't know anything, this is all theory, this position. And we played relatively quickly, because, it's not the most exciting position, just play chess. And now I made a very bad move. This was actually a good chess lesson for me. This is the game, it's many games, but the most well-known game is Aronian versus versus Nakamura. And Aronian won, of course. So somewhat good beat evil. And Aronian played a move I didn't understand until I understood it. He played queen b1, which was a weird move. Then he played rook d1, and then etc. And eventually, he played bishop c3, queen b2, and he won a very long endgame. And when I was playing the game, I just thought, it was random, boring position where white's slightly better. So I played rook c1. This is already a mistake. So, yeah. The reason this is a mistake is interesting to me. Maybe not to you. Black now gets counterplay down the A file, and this is more than one game. Black plays A5, A4. 245 centidues. Thank you. And black gets counterplay down the A file, which doesn't matter much if white plays queen to B1, because white has a queen and a rook here. But actually, if black comes down the A file, black's actually as a preferred position. And if at some point white decides to take on a4, black plays c4 and gets a passed pawn. And that a pawn is going to be lost eventually. So actually after a5, a4, the computers prefer black. And rook c1 is considered a slight error. Of course, I didn't see this plan or understand it. But obviously, if he gets to take on b3 and I take back and my pawn's isolated, and he has the a file, that's helping black. And if I take and he plays c4, that's also helping black. Thanks, Mr. David L. Ross. You're the best. Gifting subs? All right. It's a good mistake. Well, I guess. I understand. So, I mean, my opponent's not familiar with the niceties of strategical chess since he's 14, although I guess neither am I. So, okay, so he played rook c8, which, makes sense after rook c1, I guess. I don't know. Yay, we're 8%, 13%, 1,500 centidues. As Mark Cuban would say, what? B's nice. I'm never B's nice. Thank you. Thanks for the whatever you just did. Hey, Wes Berger's texting me. Freezing in Toronto. Yeah. All right. What? Yay, go end of April bit goal. You're the best goal. Okay. Right. Okay, and I played queen to d2. And this position has occurred before. And white's a little bit better, nice bishops. And here he made his first mistake. I think he made about 4 mistakes this game. Maybe 5. And they were all very small. And one of them actually lost a pawn. The other ones were, slightly increased my advantage, I guess. That's what she said. So he played cd4, isolating his d pawn permanently. It's not really the computer move. So now he has a target. And he took, and I took, and he played queen d7. Well, now I had a really long think, but that didn't help me make a computer move. But I think I understood the position better. So, I think the engine wants to trade all the rooks, but I don't like that way of playing. I want to put pressure on the d pawn. So I played bishop b2, always retreat. And the difference between the way I think about this and the way the engine does, the engine doesn't like bishop b2 because it allows black to play bishop c5. I wasn't concerned about that, so I don't care about that. What I want to do is put pressure on the d pawn, so I got to get my bishop out of the way. Okay, he played rook fda, which is fine. Rook fd1 is fine. And now he made, I would say this is also a mistake, although I'm not sure the engine agrees with me. You guys will agree with me. That's more important than the engine agreeing with me, that you guys agree. So what move would black make where we would all agree that it's a bad move? I can give you a hint too. I have an emote for that. There's a good hint. Yeah, Codex got it. Yeah, he played f6. Queen a4 is also bad. Yeah, he's just thwarting my bishop. Now, I made a bad move. I was probing. That's what he said. And she said no probing. He just attacked my queen. I thought a long time, and I just went back. Then he went back. And then I realized the problem with my position is eventually he can get in the move d4, blocking my bishop. Probably bishop c5 first. So I played e3. That way he could never play d4. And he made a bad move here. Basically, he should do nothing. But it's hard when you're 14 years old and you're the lower rated player to do nothing. You feel like you don't want to lose that way. If you do lose, you want to go down fighting. So I've been in his position before. He played a5, and that creates another weakness on b6. So I attack the weakness. And he plays bishop b4, attacking my queen, but I saw it. And then he defends his pawn. And I wasn't sure what to do here, so I made love for my king, and also possibly prepare for later playing h5, h6. Always put it in h. And more importantly, whether the move is good or bad or what my reasons were, I was playing Ginger GM the following week, so I really have to prepare moves like h4 so I can get in the mood. So h4 gives my king a square, so there's no back rank tricks. And maybe I can soften up his king a little. He played bishop c5. I played queen b5. And now he made, I guess, the losing move. I guess I would call this a blunder. I think if Magnus was white, he would probably beat anybody here. He would expect to win. The engine says something like between 0.4 and 0.7 better for white because, black has these two weaknesses he has to permanently defend. But he blundered a pawn here, my opponent. So we played bishop d7. And this is just like a straight blunder of a pawn because he's undefending his pawn on d5. So it takes, a modicum of good calculation to, get to the promised land. Okay, so I take the bishop, threatening his queen. He can't take with the pawn because I win his a5 pawn. He can't take with the queen. He can't take my queen because I take this. So actually, if he does this and does this, I have a Zwischenzug. Instead of taking the rook, I take with check. And now he can't take my bishop because I have a back rank mate. So he can't, so he has to play rook takes e5. Okay, then I take. And again, if he takes on c5, he's either going to lose this pawn, or both. So he has to take my queen, and then I take here. And when I took on c5 originally, after bishop d7, I saw the resulting bishop ending. I analyzed it a lot, and I concluded it was winning. What's funny is the computer move, which is sort of the same as what he did, is a move I didn't look at, which is here, which is a funny move. I get the same rook ending, but it's very slightly different. Yeah, you can't give up two rooks for a queen here because your king is way too open. So my rooks are going to wreak havoc. So he did what I thought he would do. In this position, obviously king f8. When he played the move bishop d7, here, I calculated not only to here, because I thought this was forced, but also more. Okay, because obviously I'm going to push my king side and move my king up. He's going to move his king up. So I analyzed these moves also. And I thought if he played king b4, I would play a4 and then king d4, which wins. f5 doesn't do anything. So I thought this was winning. And in this position, he's been down 1.3 to 2.3 on a normal engine for quite a long time. And after the next move, it's over. And the engine thinks this is winning also. I mean, I have a pass pawn on the e-file, and he's got nothing. But here he made a bad move, and it's bad because I have just a forced win. Yeah. So he played g5, and the problem with black's position is white has a very concrete threat here, which black has to see and then do something about, but I don't think he saw it, and he probably figured he was probably losing anyway. And after this, white has a very simple win here. Now, what's funny is, in king and pawn endgames, when one side has a pass pawn on the outside and the other person has a pass pawn on the inside, what happens is you win your opponent's pass pawn on the outside, your opponent wins the pass pawn on the inside, and then the inside guy wins. He's on the inside. Your king is in no man's land. This is actually the opposite when there's bishops on the board, because what happens is I'm going to take the outside pass pawn. you're going to take the inside passed pawn, and my king on the inside wins. So it's opposite day. Thanks for the subscription, Ryath. So actually, if you can imagine a world where he makes a queen somehow with one of his pawns, and I make a queen somehow, and he sacks for my queen, and I sack for his queen, well, my king's on the E file, and his king is on the B file, so I win. I play king F5, I take his pawn. And I can make that happen. Okay, now obviously I can't queen now because he plays king to D6. But I can stop king to D6. So B4, right, bento box is correct. And king to D4. King to D4 is key. E6 also wins, there's no doubt about it. But king D4 wins a lot easier because his king can't get back into the game. So I'm going to queen, take his bishop, and then I'm going to go win this pawn. What's he going to do? I don't know. Resign? So that was a pretty easy win, B4, because his king can't participate in the game anymore. The best he can hope for is I sacrifice my bishop when he promotes. He sacrifices my bishop when I promote, and then I win. That's the best he can hope for. So he tried, and instead of me doing what I'm going to do and he's going to do what he's going to do, I gain a tempo first, and then I gain another tempo. Okay, and now he resigned because I'm going to, take the pawn and queen. This pawn isn't dangerous. I can sacrifice here or here. And the computer announces mate because white's going to take the pawn. So that was sort of one of my typical old man games. And I think there was only one game I won against Ginger in the match that was like that. I was white in a French, and he had all his pawns on the white squares, and my king walked in, F2, E3, D4, and I sort of strangled him. That was the only sort of smooth endgame victory I had. First game was pretty good too, but I wasn't better in that ending. I just outplayed him. But that game I was better, and I outplayed him the whole game, and it was great. The one I'm talking about. And this is usually how I win in slow tournaments, is I trade everything, increasing my advantage slowly, and then I win. Like Karpov used to do. And when it's tactical and there's calculation, I just lose. So I lost a lot of games too. Yeah. No, I mean, when it's really boring, I'm okay. When it's exciting, then I hang all my pieces. So this was a game against a kid, so I won. Now, unfortunately, in FOXWOODS, after round one was Wednesday night, then we played 2 games a day. Every time it was the morning, I won, and every time it was the evening, I lost. Also, white won every game. And this ended on round 9, where it was sort of the evening, and I was black, but I didn't lose. Otherwise, my score was easily predicted. No, I don't want to do that. Okay. Then I lost to Justin Sarkar. And that was a pretty wild, crazy game. I had black. Okay. Yeah, this is unfortunate because I got the kind of position I wanted, and then I got outplayed. Yeah, I like this opening too. So that's too bad. Darn. Anyway, the more you donate, the more the percentage goes up. Go end of April bit goal. Okay, so I played my blocked Benoni. My usual. And I like to play H5 nowadays. I never played H5 20, 30, 40 years ago. I just closed my eyes and did that. I moved my knight back here. But now when they play knight E2 and they're going to come here, I like to play H5 and, teach them a lesson. Now in my game with Shakhriyar Mamedyarov, which was annotated recently by Peter Gabriel, and his annotations were interesting. He didn't talk about chess very much, but he talked about, don't you know you have to Shakhriyar the Mamedyarov? And I was like, what? So, this interesting annotations. Peter Gabriel, yeah. So, Mamedyarov played h3 against me, putting in an h, and I played h4, and then his knight was as useless as a Nevada boxing commissioner. Or is that as impotent? Whichever's funnier. I mean, impotent's the line, but I had to say something. Okay, I can only explain calculus with my student who's online now or my stepson who's here somewhere. It's the only way I can do it. Yay, donate more bits. Okay, so he played h4, which I think is a better move. And I repositioned my knight. It's funny because when I'm with Karen, usually I reposition my bishop. Okay, so g3. Now I can't do Vishwa nothing over here. He's got me blocked. Man, terrible. Okay, and so I played bishop d7. Now my pieces look all funny. And he played a3. And normally when I play h5, I play king f8, king g8, and I hope that the h file gets opened for my rook sometime. But this time I just castled. And white has a nice advantage here. Typical with my play. Now, when I had a similar position, in fact, I did play king f8 against Gazzoli in this position. I did play king f8 in the Pro Chess League 2 years ago, and I won. Against Gazzoli, I also played knight e8, and he played bc very early, and I took with the d pawn and put my knight on d6. My opponent never took my bc pawn, so I never got to play knight d6. Okay, he played queen b1, which prevents f5, because he's on f5. And now I had a very long, complicated idea. I didn't know what to do, so gotta do something. So I decided I wanted to play f5. That would require me to play g6. So my plan at the board, which I was able to accomplish, was bishop f6, knight e7, g6, bishop g7, f5. Then I'm like 37 tempi behind of a normal King's Indian. Pretty good. Not too good. The bits show up immediately. So when you donate bits, it goes in the thing. The thing. Yeah. So we have about 23 hours left to go before I try to raise my bits. I do play the King's Indian. That's the next game I lost. Okay, so I played bishop f6, and I played knight e7, and I blocked up the king's side, queen's side, and I did exactly what I said I was going to do. And there you go. Bishop f6, knight e7, g6, bishop g7, f5. So a very interesting position. And my opponent played a move I didn't see, which he did many times this game. Played queen e1. So he's putting pressure on my a pawn, which is defended. But he also can play knight c1 to b3, and then I'm going to lose my a pawn. All right, he wins my a pawn and I checkmate him. That's okay. Nothing wrong with that. Okay, now I made a weird move. Yeah, I don't know. I decided when he did this, if I traded off the dark squared bishops, then he wouldn't win my pawn. Makes sense. So I have to play bishop h6 to do that. So I played king h7. And my intention was to play bishop h6 and trade the dark squared bishops. And then he can't win my a pawn. Okay? And when he played here to go win my a pawn, I was like, well, wait a minute. You put all your pieces on the queen's side, I can try to mate you. And the king's better on h7 because I can play rook g8 and knight g8. And my king's not on g8. So I decided to not do what I was going to do and just attack. And as the game continued, I was thinking to myself, man, my game's really good. I'm the greatest attacker. Look at me. And the computer's like, man, you suck. So whenever I beat somebody good in this kind of opening, nobody ever accuses me of cheating because the computer always says all my moves are the worst. So I'm not playing anything like an engine. I have my own views on whether my attack is good, and the computer never agrees with them. So I beat some good players. I lose to other people. I don't know. Chess is hard. So I played f4, which the computer does not like. And he really surprised me with the move king g2, which the computer does not like very much. And I played g5, and I just thought I was winning. And the computer says I'm like much worse. I was like, I'm pushing all my pawns. What's the problem? Looks great. Okay, so he took, obviously. And I played knight to g6, and here comes my queen. So I thought it was all great. Here, and I took, and he played g4. Okay, and in this position, I thought for at least 20 minutes, at least. And after thinking for 5-6 minutes, I thought bishop takes g4 won, and then I realized it was just a draw. And then I had to think about whether I wanted to draw, and I was like, no, I'm a higher rated player, I like my attack, so I have to play for the win. And the move I played is fine, but my follow-up wasn't good. And bishop takes g4 is a draw, and the main line is in this position. He plays king f1, and we have this perpetual. Okay, and that's, engine agrees with all that. And I looked at other ways for him to play that weren't king f1, king g1, but trying to play king f2 and run away. And those were all winning for me. And then I realized king f1, queen f3, king g1 was a draw. And I was like, well, I don't want to draw. So I don't want to be a pirate. So I decided to lose instead. Yeah. Go Simon, correct. Yeah. Anyway, push my f-pawn. I can. Then he would move his king. Yeah. Somebody says, why can't you move your... I can move my f-pawn. Yeah. It's also not good. I think this is... White's just winning now because White's up a piece. And yeah, I got nothing. Yeah. Yeah, and the engine says black resigns. Okay. So I played knight f6, which is fine. And I want to attack and so forth. And he played king f1, which is the best. And now I blundered, and I saw the move that the engine says gives black a good position. And the reason I misanalyzed it was I looked at rook h8 with the idea of king g8, and then, take on g4. I can't take on g4 now because it's pinned. So the moves that I thought about were rook h8 to play king g8 right away, and bishop h6, which I ended up playing. And I think bishop h6 is the worst of the three. Problem with rook h8, as I saw it, was I thought after takes, I would take back with the knight. And I analyzed that and I didn't like it. And I totally missed that I could play king g8 here. I don't know why I missed that. Obviously, he can't take my knight because I take his rook. And what I want to do is actually take with the rook on h5, not with the knight. And the reason is I want to play bishop h3 check, and I can never play bishop h3 with his rook on h1. However, if I trade rooks, then I can play bishop h3 all day, and then I can get in there. Yeah, it's like the KY attack. You're getting in there. And my engine on my chess base, the good one, says black is better here. The stupid chess.com engine says it's equal. So my position was still fine after I didn't take the draw. And here I made the losing move. I played bishop h6. And I mean, the reasons are obvious. I want to play h takes g4, but it's pinned. So I got to do something about that. The correct method is rook h8, then king g8. And I just chose a very bad method. Yeah, and now he plays knight e2. And in fact, when I played g5 several moves ago, I never saw the idea of knight e2 because when he played knight c1, I thought his knight was going to b3 to take my pawn on a5. Rufus Blunder donated $10. Thank you, sir. I was thinking, okay, knight c1, knight b3, takes my a pawn, queen's his a pawn. And I just forgot he can move his knight back to e2 to defend g3, and that gets rid of most of my attack. If he doesn't play knight e2, then I'm winning. So now I haven't sacrificed any material, but a5 is attacked, d6 is attacked, and all my pieces here are pinned, and I can't do anything. I can't get in there. I can't move forward. So I defended my d pawn, which is fine. And he played queen f2, and I just can't do anything. I have no attack. So my pieces are all pinned and trapped and horrible. So I tried to get in there. Rook g8. Queen h2 threatens my knight. And, I mean, there's nothing I can do. Terrible, frankly. And I don't want to play knight g7. He could just take on a5, or he can play king f2 and rook g1, and I'm just dead. So I played the most interesting move, bishop to g4, and I totally missed his next move. Now, I knew I was losing, but I thought I'd make it tricky. For example, if he takes the obvious move, which is fine, then I play knight g3 check, confusing the audience. Because his f-pawn's not there, so I'm taking back with check if you take on g3. And in fact, the only winning move is king f2, which does win, but he played better. Instead of taking my bishop, he made a move I didn't see, defending his f-pawn. He played rook a3. This is the best move. And I have a lot of pieces here, you know, attacking his king, but I can't attack his king. I can't do anything. And this pawn's a goner, this pawn's weak, and my pieces are all hanging. My bishop is defending my knight. He could take my bishop at his leisure, and I can't move my bishop because my knight's hanging. Okay, so I played knight h8. I want a double, triple on the g-file, put my knight on f7, defending d6 and h6. And I like to play knight h8. And he played the best move again, king e1. Running away from checks and pins. So I can't play knight g3 check, and I can't do a discovered check on his king. So I just lose all my pieces. Now this is just winning for white. He's up a piece, but he won the quickest way. I can't take with the bishop. My bishop's pinned. Now my rook's pinned. So he's threatening rook takes knight, and knight takes d6. Now he's threatening rook takes h6 check because my rook's pinned. Yeah, and here we made the time control, and now I resigned. I'm down the exchange, and I can't move. 500 centidues from the Midnight Rider. Thanks, Midnight Rhino. My knight's pinned, and I can't do anything. Yeah, because this pawn's coming, and rook here's coming. It's all coming. So here I resigned. Oh, horrible, frankly. Yeah, the truth hurts. So in retrospect, you could argue I should have taken on g4 and played the perpetual, but actually I just should have played rook h8 instead of bishop h6, and the game would continue. I don't want to draw, especially in a Swiss tournament. Against a low-rated player, you got to win all your games. Maybe I should have realized I was going to lose all my games at night and offer a draw. Okay, we'll end on a high note, George Costanza style. And we'll look at my round 6 game with Talia Cervantes. Yay, some noise I like. I don't know what it is. Is that checkmate? 200 centidues. It is. So I was white against Talia in round 6. And then the next time I stream, we'll do the last 3 games at FOXWOODS, around 7, 8, and 9. Or 7, 8, and 9. We've raised 4,600 bits. We're almost 20% the way to our goal. Go our goal. Yeah. I regret nothing. Do I think Magnus will reach 2,900? No. Yeah, whenever somebody has a good tournament, they're like, ooh, he's good. Also, Some idiot, Paul Pierce, he said when Boston won the first game, the series is over. Ugh. All right. I mean, Boston has a chance in the series. Not much. The last days of the month. Correct. Yeah, I do things my own way. Have you played Secret Hitler? I have played Hikaru. We played once in a rated game. Have you been to Germany? Unfortunately, yes. I used to play in the Bundesliga. Exactly. 480 viewers ado. We need more ado. We need somebody to donate 20,000 centidues. That'll show the rest of you. That's right. I played for Dortmund. Yeah. I remember asking my Bundesliga coach, will the Berlin Wall ever come down? And he said, 999. And then the next day it came down. Yeah, he knew what he was talking about. It was the worst of times. Exactly. Oh, man. On Curb Your Enthusiasm, the episode where they get a dog, his agent, and try to give the dog to somebody else. And anyway, the dog's a German Shepherd, and everybody likes it. And Larry David's like, man, when's the next chance you're going to get to really love something that's German? Oh, man, he got him good. Okay, so what does 20,000 centiges do again? It makes my goal go to the end. So it's good. Yeah. Okay. Best beer in the world? Probably the U.S. Yeah. Germany has the best, actually the U.S. has some pretty good supremacists now. Yeah, I don't know. Guess Germany's got nothing. All right. What was I talking about? Germany, Nazi good. Okay, so I'm playing Talia, who's my former student, and we had a very interesting game. Very interesting. Too interesting if you ask me. And I played e4, because, I play different first move every game with white. And in this position, normally I play bishop c4. And I was trying to think, what can I do that's never been done before? And I was thinking a German who's a nice person. That's never been done before. And I was like, nah, I'm just talking crazy. But then I figured out what to do. And that was to play an explosive move here. The Germans should like that because it's explosive. Let's see. Check where my bits went to. Hi, Ben. Blah, 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 blah. All right, that's a good story. Limited amount of verbs. Oh. Man. Okay, great. Right, is that checkmate got it? I played c4, and I'm trying to transpose into this line in the English, which I did, because she played knight f6, and I played knight c3. Now, when I was a kid, there was a master in Michigan named Paul Pochel, and when he was white, he always played e4 in this position, which was pretty rare then, but they play it somewhat now. 22,000 centidues, what's happening? Midnight Rhino, 22,001 centidues. Confusing the audience. Something like that, thank you. That was nice of you because you let other people give bits too and the thing still moves. So that was good. Man, Midnight Rhino knows what's up. He's got bleeding hearts and a heart that's not bleeding and then a 2,000. Damn. I mean, the goal wasn't accomplished, but pretty good. Now, Midnight Rhino, you did a good job there, but what you didn't realize was there was a typo and the goal was 250,000. Is that checkmate getting us closer to the goal? Hey, Karen, are you here? Karen. Did you change your name? Marge, is your name Karen? Karen. You guys get the reference? Now you got nothing. Yay, 1 cent. That's actually getting us closer to 1 cent. Now that's helping. Yeah. Someone donate to get to 20, 24, 999. Yay, is that checkmate? Did he put us over? Yay, we're over the goal. Yeah, Lisa's at Camp Granada. That's right. All right, we have 458 viewers, And in the first hour of my stream, we reached my goal for the month. Pretty good. Midnight Rhino, you're the greatest person who ever lived. Now, my standards are low, but still, that's got to be something. Yeah. Yay. Well, you didn't donate anyway, but you can still give bits. Little bits. More than 100% suspicious. All right. Good job. That was not so bad. Okay. So anyway, this position occurred a lot when I was a kid in games in Michigan, and I know something about it, although not as much as I thought. So I got this position via another move order against Talia, who's 16. Not really an openings theoretician, opening she doesn't know, just the one she does know. And nobody knows this opening. So, yeah. Okay, so bishop b4 is the main move, and I was under the incorrect impression bishop c5 had a bad reputation, but it's actually okay. And in this position, she actually played the best way, which is knight takes and bishop b4. And I knew this was better for white, but this was the end of my opening knowledge. Her opening knowledge ended 3 moves ago. And I thought a long time, and I played a terrible move. They used to play queen d4, and now they play queen f3. They talk a lot, don't they? Yes, they do. Pulp Fiction. So I played a very bad move, queen g4, trying to refute this line, which cannot be refuted. Yay, 22 cents. Yay, thanks for the donations because I beat Ginger. Go, Ben. Remember you thought that So was better than Carlson? So was better than Carlson. Yeah. Also, Morphy was good and then he died. And Capablanca was good and then he died. So, yeah. Also, Obama was the president and then his 2 terms were up. So things that happened in the past, it doesn't mean that they're always happening throughout history. They stop at some point. I'm glad you learned something today. So yeah, So was better than Carlson, and now So's not better than Carlson. Yeah, that's what happens. Okay. All right, chat's still stupid. Okay. Now, my analysis, as usual, was incorrect. I thought if he played knight c3, and I played the move a3, that was my plan. Now if he plays bishop to f8, defending his pawn, I would play bishop to g5. This was my plan. And I didn't see the move d6, attacking my queen. And then this doesn't make any sense anymore. Black's just winning. So I was like, oh, I thought he would go here. I would take, he would take, I would take, he would play rook f8. I would take that. And white's up a pawn, and black can't castle. And I thought white had a big advantage here. The engine does not agree. The engine says it's equal. But okay, this is my intention when I play queen g4. Then I realized everything that I analyzed doesn't work. So after knight takes c3, I thought forever. And I played the best move, bishop to d2, and then she thought a long time and played a terrible move. And obviously, if you can castle, you should, but you have to watch out for like bishop h6 at some point. Well, after castles, I don't know why she didn't castle. She didn't. I don't know why. But if I take and she moves her bishop to one of these squares, I can play bishop h6. Okay. But she can play bishop a5, and now bishop h6 doesn't work because she takes with check and then takes on e5 defending mate. So after bishop a5, I can't play bishop h6. Well, now my game just sucks. Like I got double pawns, isolated pawn, I'm not up material, d6 attacks my queen, I can't play bishop h6. Position's no good for white. Computer says black's like +1. So queen g4 was a very bad move on my part. And now, in a surprising twist of fate, black made a very bad move. It's a move that I always recommend. And she was my student. Now, I have to go tell you a funny story because I like to go off on tangents. I'm not very good at math, but I'm good at tangents. So maybe it's a sign. That's funny because last time I got a car, I had to cosine. Is that all the jokes I can make about that? I think so. Anyway, so What was my tangent? Exactly. What? I forgot what my tangent was. Also, what was I talking about? Who am I? I'll get it. Talk amongst yourselves. German. Yay, Karen gave 1,000 centidues. Karen, we already broke the goal. Now you crushed the goal. Go, Karen. Man, Karen gave me $25. I know why she gave me $25, because what I did for her earlier. Yeah, that's what about $25. Yeah. Right, Karen? About $25 worth? Took the trash out. Left her alone for an hour. That'd be worth $50. No, actually, I went to the dentist and I went to get blood drawn today and other stuff. And I was busy today getting tortured. What was the tangent? What was I talking about? Who am I? What was I talking about? You had surgery, enormous pain. Watching your lectures made you throw stuff at the TV so you weren't in pain anymore? Thanks. Would you say I should donate to you or the chess center? It's the same. I am the chess center. I have a song about this. I am the chess center, your student. Math jokes about tangent. No, I'm the chess center. Karen and I are both the chess center. We're the chess center. Yeah. So yeah, donate here. Wait, what happened? I forgot what I was talking about. Damn. What was I talking about? Talking about why I'm vegan? No. Donation? Yeah, I don't know. I have no idea what happened. All right. Okay, I figured it out based on the next move. Yes. Okay. So what I was saying was, Talia used to be my student, and I always play bishop f8, and she blundered here with bishop f8 instead of castling. And that reminded me, about a year ago, I played an extra rated game at the chess center against a kid rated 1,000. And he's in one of my classes at a school, so I teach him almost every week when school's in session. And he was crushing me. He was winning the whole game. It was slow rated. I would have lost a lot of rating points. Anyway, I ended up winning. But in the end game, the way he could have won quite easily was to move his king up in the end game. Instead, he left it on h8 the whole game. He never moved it off of h8. Every move, the engine's like king f6, king g7, king f6, king e5. No. Okay. And it reminded me, I was trying to tell people, my students never listen to me. I tell them move their king up in the end game and they don't. And I complain a lot. But actually, he did listen to me, because I remember specifically in that class and with some other students, I tell them, do this and do that, except when you're playing me. So I tell him, move the king up in the end game, except when you're playing me. And he didn't move his king up, I guess because he was playing me. So he actually was a good student. And then I say, always play bishop f8. And so Talia played bishop f8. She didn't listen to them when you're playing me. Okay, now I actually played well for a long time, which is weird. I didn't see anything, but I played well. I took. She attacked my queen. I saw it. And I think when she played bishop f8, she assumed I would take with check, she would block, and she would draw this worse endgame. It's worse for her, but it's drawable. But actually, I was on fire this game. I actually played well. I played bishop d3. I don't want to trade queens. I want to castle queenside, and I want to attack. And I'm sacrificed a pawn, but she's setting up for the next game. Okay. It's very hard for her to get developed and not run into some tricks. Like when I castle queenside, I'm threatening to discover attacker queen. Rook e1's coming. You know, it's terrible. And she played queen e7, and I castled long. And I thought the game was over. I thought 3 or 4 more moves, and that's it. Like, I'm just going to roll her over. And she played the best move. I didn't see it at all. And when she played it, I was like, what? She thought a long time here. She played g6 with the idea of bishop h6 check and then castle queenside or kingside. Then I thought a long time, like 20 minutes. And I second guessed myself after what I did, but the engine says I played right. I took with the bishop. Now I can win a pawn here by taking with the queen. And then when we trade queens, I'm forking her rook and her c-pawn. She'll check, she'll castle, I'll take her c-pawn. So this is the variation I analyzed for a long time. And I'm up a pawn. Okay, just a pawn up. Or the way that I played, and I was like, with her queen here and all her pieces on the back row, I can't trade queens. So I took with the bishop, and I'm not a pawn up here. This is equal material. And I could take the pawn on c7, but I just played h4 because I want to checkmate her. I got like a lot of attack here. And the engine says I played correctly. And she thought a long time here, made a move I never thought of, and then when I responded with the best move, she hadn't thought of my response. So even though we didn't see anything, we still played well. And the engine says I'm about +2 here because I have a big attack. She played bishop g4. I didn't look at that at all. And I thought a long time here about a lot of different moves. And the main things I was looking at were f3 and h5. And she didn't see either one of those moves. I played f3 and she said after the game she didn't see f3. And I told her I almost played h5 and she said, h5? So f3 and h5 are the best moves. I analyzed them both. They both win. And I was like, f3 is just simpler. Why should I give a rook away? The idea of h5 is she takes my rook and I play h takes g. And I'm checkmating her, but I'm down a rook. And I'm like, if I miscalculate that, I'm down a rook. If I miscalculate this, I'm a little winning instead of a lot of winning. So it was safer to do that. Yeah. Also, never play f3, correct. So f3. And she retreated like Italia, and I played h5. And once again, as happened a few moves ago, I thought, okay, the game's going to end any second. Here, I'm going to put the smack down. Ow. And she played the best move, queen g5. I took, threatening g takes h7 checkmate. She stopped it. I played queen h2, and I thought that's it. Let's see, cold in Toronto. Hello. So anyway, I thought the game is over. I'm just totally crushing her. I'm mating her. I'm winning a piece. It's all over. And then she played a move I didn't see, and it's by far the best move. By far. She actually should resign if she doesn't play the next move. Why didn't you take the bishop on g4? If I take the bishop on g4, she takes the bishop on e5. My queen was defending that. I need that to live. Okay. So here I thought, yeah, I was surprised she didn't see f3. That if I'm not going to take her bishop, f3 is the most obvious one. Yeah, okay. So I totally didn't see rook a d8. And the idea is, if I win a piece, she just takes my piece. And if I take back bishop f5 and rook d8, and white's better because I'm going to win this pawn, but maybe a draw. Yeah, I didn't see rook d8. Okay. So I played the best move, f4. She played queen h5, which is the best move. And I didn't know whether to play queen h5 or queen g1. They're both good. I played the right move. And once again, she played a move that I thought she couldn't play. The only line that I analyzed it a lot. I analyzed her line too, but I just thought it lost, was this. Okay, now I'm threatening rook here. If she takes, I check, discovered check, take her rook. I'm up 2 passed pawns. So I thought, okay, she can't do that. She has to play rook here. So when I play rook check, she can play king f8. Now I play this, threatening rook h8 mate. So she has to take the bishop. And I was like, well, I'm up 2 pawns, and my rook's on the 7th, so this should be winning. And I was right. So that's what I analyzed when I played queen takes h5, and I thought the game's over. And she picked up her bishop, going towards g4, as I expected, and she played the correct move, bishop f5. And I was like, bishop f5? And I analyzed bishop f5 when I played queen h5, and I thought after take here, the game's over. I'm threatening bishop e6 check, and I'm threatening king takes rook. But I'm an old man, and I get confused easily. So everything I calculated was correct, except in this position, she has a move that saves herself. Of course, when she played bishop f5, I was like, what? And I was like, oh, she saves herself. And she takes the bishop. But now, once she takes this, the material's equal. Luckily, I can still win a pawn. And I'm up a pawn. Now, I can old man her, because she's not an old man. 16-year-old girl, not an old man. I'm an old man. This is a pawn up endgame. No tactics. Okay, that's what I'm good at. And here she made a very bad move. She should either play rook g7 or bishop g7. She played rook f2. Now, the reason is, if she plays bishop g7 check, I'm going to play bishop e5. Well, after this, if she plays bishop g7 check and I play bishop e5, she takes it, and I'm going to lose my f-pawn. So I play bishop e5 myself. I guess she underestimated that. And now after bishop g7, I have rook g5. So now she can't move anything. It's all trapped. I'm up a pawn, and I'm going to, up a pawn. So now she's lost. And my technique was okay. It wasn't great. It was all right. I mean, she can never take my rook because I take it with this pawn. Then I just go win her pawn. And yeah. This is sort of easy, up 2 pawns. And then she resigned. When the game ended, I was a little surprised she resigned. And I'm up 2 pawns. I figured the computer's going to say +3, but my engine said +8. My engine likes white a lot because that passed e pawn's pretty good. So my old man technique in the endgame was okay. My play previous to that was okay. But my analysis, I missed stuff. I analyze a lot, and some of my analysis is wrong. Luckily, it didn't matter that game. Zefcat subscribed. Will there be lectures on how to old man a player? Well, you got to get older first. Sort of like when Ralph Wiggum in the New Orleans episode of The Simpsons said, when I grow up, I want to be like my dad. And they said, better start eating, kid. So if you want to be a good old man, you got to be an old man. That's what I did. I'm an old man. Anyway, more importantly than being an old man or playing in FOXWOODS and somehow having almost no draws, I beat Ginger. Yay. Hooray for Ben. Aren't you guys proud of me? Weren't you guys rooting for me? Come on. Go Ginger. I showed that GM or something. Yeah. It was sort of sad watching his stream. He was very unhappy at the end. In 20 years, what will I be? I'll be, a skeleton in the ground, getting eaten. Go Karen. Man, she gave me money. Damn. Man, it's funny. It does say sexual favors under the donation. That's weird. All right. So I got 26,000 bits this stream, and I got $40 in donations and 12 subs. That's a good stream because I streamed for an hour. Yeah. Exactly. Anyway, I wasn't planning on streaming today, but I haven't streamed in a couple of days. We had chess tournaments and I lectured. You'll notice if you go to my YouTube channel or the Chess Center's YouTube channel, new videos every day. That's right, bitches. New videos all the time. Hundreds of videos. And I have over 40,000 subscribers on my YouTube channel. And the Chess Center is approaching 30,000, probably next week. And what do we have here? 26,000 followers on the Twitch channel. And I think there's 3,500 people who are members of the Ben Feingold Chess Club on chess.com. And also go to Discord. We have a new Discord as of last week. So join the Discord. Mubot explains how to do it. If I knew how to do it, I would tell you. If I knew what Discord was, I wouldn't be a weird old man. See, look at that. Go do that thing that Mubot says. Discord. Yeah, exactly. 999,999. Yeah. I went from 800 to 1200. Thank you. Also, a lot of my students go from 1200 to 800. So it just depends. Yeah. No, Danny's not as bad as he plays. Yeah. No, people like Danny Wrench and Greg Shahadi would be grandmasters if they put some effort into their game, if they played in GM norm tournaments and tried. Neither one's very interested. See, we're not British players, so like Lawrence Trent, but when we have matches with Americans like me, Greg, John Bartholomew, and we play British grandmasters and IMs, then we win. That's what happens. Yeah. Yeah, Danny's not as bad as he plays. Yeah. You guys don't know this about Danny. When he was a teenager, he had some ear issues, and he was going to the doctor a lot. Like a lot. And he had he needed a lot of ear surgeries, like a lot of ear surgeries. And he couldn't play chess for years. But he's always been, in the 2,400 FIDE kind of thing, So he could be 2,500 FIDE if he put his mind to it, but he hasn't played chess in a long time because of chess.com. He's doing that instead. That's more profitable. Also, if you work at McDonald's, that's more profitable. So he's making money instead of making himself become a grandmaster. And he and Greg just aren't that interested. If they showed interest and spent all their time becoming a grandmaster, they would. But instead, they do other stuff. I mean, if I was an IM now and I tried to become a grandmaster, I wouldn't do it. I'm too old and weak. But I already did it. Bam. Gotcha, bitches. Yeah. Also, this isn't a joke, and it sounds like a joke. So I'm sorry it sounds like a joke. I apologize. 2 American fast food terrible restaurants will now have vegan options starting this year. In all American Burger King locations, before the end of the year, they're going to have a vegan burger. It's not a joke. Right now, there's nothing vegan at Burger King, and the stuff that's not vegan isn't edible. It's just Burger King's the worst. Pizza Hut is going to have vegan cheese in all their American restaurants by August. They're implementing that now. They already have vegan dough and crust. So usually when I get pizza, which is pretty rare, I just get no cheese. Ugh, God. From pizza places. And I don't do that very often because it doesn't taste good. Blaze Pizza, which is a chain in most of the U.S., they have a vegan cheese. And some other places do too. Maybe Mellow Mushroom does. I've never been there. But Pizza Hut's going to do it. So Burger King and Pizza Hut are going to introduce vegan stuff. Obviously, after I die, of course, in 50, 100 years, the whole world's going to be vegan because eating meat's stupid. But it can be proven pretty easily that eating meat is stupid. It's probably something you haven't thought of, okay? And what that is that Hikaru says it's stupid being a vegan. So that's sort of the proof right there. That sort of gives it away. Yeah. So there you go. Yeah. Anyway, go pizza, go Thai food, go Ben. Bye, everyone. I guess I'll raid Chess Coach Net. That sounds good. I've been streaming too long. I'm tired. I had to give blood today and go to the dentist, and I had to do another kind of sample we won't talk about. Man, the truth hurts. And then I'm not going to the dentist, though, until tomorrow. Yeah, tomorrow at noon. They didn't torture me at the dentist. They just explained how they're going to torture me tomorrow. So I'm going to the dentist at noon tomorrow, and they said the torture will consist of